In Movies and Money, our film critic Eric Childress is setting us up for the weekend with an early peek at what's to come at the box office. Hello to you, Eric.
Hello.
Let's start with Blair Witch.
There's something out there.
Well, something, a trend that we've seen this summer and this year, in fact, is that horror fans have been showing up in droves to create a lot of really solid hits. And not just that, but critics have lined up behind a lot of these films. The Conjuring 2 and Lights Out. Earlier this year, we saw a movie called The Witch that was a big festival hit that the numbers weren't huge, but the fact that A24 took a chance and released a film like this on 2,000 screens shows that there is an audience for these films. We've shown Don't Breathe over the last few weeks, which is a film that's going to gross over $75 million. And Blair Witch, which is being touted as one of the big exceptional scare movies of the year, and has been made by a couple of guys, Adam Wingard and Simon Barrett, who have done some very interesting horror films, You're Next and The Guest. People should seek those out as well. So they have a good track record, and the early buzz on this film is really exceptional.
Okay, so what's the connection to the Blair Witch Project? None?
Well, no, there is actually, and it's a really interesting story in that this is a film that was actually called The Woods, and as a film for several months now is being sold as the scariest movie ever made, one of those types of things, and it was called The Woods, and it was only just about a little over a month ago, that they actually revealed that the title was actually being changed to Blair Witch. So it is a connection to the Blair Witch Project. You're not just making a different Blair Witch. It's the same one, but it's a bunch of kids go into the woods and bad things happen to them. So that's what we're looking at here. So hopefully, and as long as it's better than Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2, we should be fine.
What do you think about this one, Bridget Jones's Baby?
Oh, so this is Dad, I presume. So glad you could be here. Yeah, this is a unique and wonderful moment.
Dr. Rawlings, I wonder if you could maybe do me a favour.
So this is Dad, I presume. Pleased to meet you. I'm so glad you could be here. This is a unique and wonderful moment. Before we start, would you like to know the sex?
Maybe we should be prepared.
I'm not sure.
It's a boy.
Oh, a boy.
A boy.
Boy.
Oh, boy.
A boy.
Oh, my boy.
Well, it's been a long time since we've seen Bridget Jones on the big screen. A long time since we've seen Renee Zellweger on the big screen for that matter.
She took a break.
She took a break, and in 2004 was the last time we saw Bridget Jones, a sequel to Bridget Jones's Diary from 2001. So it's been 15 years since the original, and most people liked Bridget Jones' Diary. Most people did not like Bridget Jones' The Edge of Reason. So I don't know if audiences are really going to be clamoring for this. We saw Bad Moms do very well at the end of the summer, a really big hit for STX. I don't know if this movie is going to sort of bring women out the way that those first couple movies did.
All right, now we come to a controversial film, Snowden.
What is that? Is that some video that she sent somebody?
No, this is live. Out of Paris.
What do you mean live?
Optic nerve? It's camera and mic activation.
I wish we could take credit, but the Brits wrote it.
Activation? Yeah, her laptop's off. Or it was, she just forgot to close it.
Well, when you hear Oliver Stone has a new movie out, immediately the political switch hits in people's minds. And, from going back to his films with the Vietnam War, to JFK, to Nixon, to W even, Oliver Stone has tackled a number of really intense and dramatic subject matter, and for the most part has delivered some really exceptional films over the years. And Snowden is a film that, I would advise people to go back, if they haven't seen it yet, check out Citizen 4, which won the best Oscar documentary a few years ago. People should check that out. I think some of that is actually incorporated in here, where journalists were actually in the room with Edward Snowden and interviewed him. You see a little bit of that here in the trailers. I don't know if people are going to be actually flocking to this. We saw, like with Southside with You a few weeks ago, this is subject matter that a number of people in the country have already made up in their minds that they're not going to see. So if people think that there's only one side to the Edward Snowden story and they don't want to hear his side of the story or someone else's interpretation of his side of the story, they're just automatically not going to go. So I don't think you're going to see really big numbers for this. Open Road, the studio that is releasing it, has never opened a movie to $20 million in their entire history. I don't know if we'll even see this movie make $10 million.
Really?
I think so, yeah.
We will be watching. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you.